If you're working and listening to this over the holidays, I know something about you. I know you're dedicated. I know you're determined. You're not going to let anything stop you from growing your company. You're going to do what it takes and get the job done. Am I right? Today, I want to help you on that. I want to help you sharpen the saws a little bit. I want to give you additional tools. I want to help you so when you start 2024, you're a step above everybody else. You're that much better because you're that much more prepared. Sound good? Let's talk about it. Hello, my name is Bill Arnold. I'm president of Prevail Marketing. You may find us at prevailmarketing.com and every single day. Doesn't matter holiday, doesn't matter if it's raining in LA, every single day. We give you content, video, and blogs to help you grow your business through better sales and marketing. And people have asked me the same question. Why are you doing this over the holidays? I mean, come on, you're doing this on Christmas Eve, on New Year's Eve. You're doing it every single day. Why? No one's going to pay attention. No one's going to care. You're wasting your time. Go relax. Don't worry about it. Well, I've got a couple of answers for that. First off, most of my content's evergreen. If you see it during the holiday, if you see it in February, it doesn't matter. It's going to stay valid and true. So, you know what? Just putting great content. I'm just feeding the fire, the fire, if you will. And that's the other point. If you want to be successful today, you got to be willing to work harder, to work smarter, to put in more effort than anybody else is willing to put in there. If you're willing to put more effort and do more, you'll get more. There's a cause and effect. So I present this to you because someone asked me for more information about this. A program that they can take into 2024 that is going to differentiate them, that they could go out and make 2024, the first quarter, their best quarter ever. Now, I've been doing a startup series, and this isn't actually part of that series, but it does apply to startups. They can use it. Well-established companies can use it. I've yet to see a company that can't benefit from an account-based marketing program. Why do I say that? Invariably, ask a lot of questions of clients when I get them on board. And one of the questions we ask is there any company that if you got their business, it would literally change your stars? It would make you could sit back and say, I think I might have made it. And invariably, sheepishly, they say, yeah, there's maybe a couple, but they don't know we exist. We're too small. We'll never get their attention. And they're not wrong if they keep doing what they're doing. I mean, you create great content, publish it every day, distribute it every day like we do. You'll eventually get Google to throw some love your way and get some business, but that can take an exceedingly long time. Exceedingly long time. So I tell clients, if you have a company that can change your stars, and you know you're ideal for them, they just don't know you yet, let's use account-based marketing, because that will in fact change everybody's stars. Now, what is account-based marketing exactly? Lots of definitions on the internet. The one I use, account-based marketing, is a highly focused strategic approach implemented by marketing and sales jointly, that's key, to target high-value accounts using highly personalized content. It flips the traditional inbound marketing on its head. And instead of engaging, creating out content that's going to be for the masses, hoping that a few engage and even fewer go down this sales pipeline until they get to a point where sales can now talk to them, and even fewer become opportunities and fewer become clients. Instead of doing that approach, we say, hey, here's 5 companies that we know we could do business with, and we know we could change their stars as well. And we're going to go after them specifically. And not only go after that specific company, but we've done our research. We know there are 5 people in that company. 5 people who are influencers, gatekeepers, decision makers, that we need to get them all to agree upon that we're the right company. So, remember I always talk about buyer personas? Yeah, I preach that every single day. For account-based marketing, throw it out. Just throw it out. Because you're not dealing with buyer personas. We're dealing with that specific individual. Take their name, that's who you're directing your content to. All 5 of those people, uniquely, they become your target audience. Not some buyer persona that you've done for interviews. Now, those interviews help. I'll get to how they do. But you really need to focus on the specific individuals you want to engage and the specific company with highly personalized content. Now, today I'm going to go over the steps it takes. I've done a little bit of this. I'm going to go into a little more detail because I think it's important that if you want to start 2024 and make your first quarter the best quarter of your company, the very best. This is the program for you. This is the one that'll get it done. This is the one that's going to change your stars. All right? Ready to begin? Let's go. Ah, I'm told I have to do this. Seriously, I am. Uh, if you find this content valuable, any of our content valuable, please subscribe. Please follow. Please like. Please engage. We need to hear back. We need to know we're getting content. We need to know we're getting feedback here. We need to know we're getting resonating with people. And the only way we know is if people take one of those actions: like, subscribe, follow, engage. Thank you. Step one of there's like 8, 9 steps. So buckle up, sit back, relax, have some holiday cheer. We'll talk you through it. Align your sales and marketing team. This is absolutely critical. I mean, I talk about growth enablement, which is more than sales enablement. I talk about growth enablement all the time. But this is a special situation. There are no them and us. It's we are a single team. We're a strike force. I take highly selected people from marketing and sales that have shown a propensity to willing to cross the aisle, to work together, to be helpful, not point fingers, that say, yes, I get it. I take that team and I put them together because you guys are going to become the toast of the town because you're going to bring in the best quarter ever. Okay? Number 2, you need an ABM platform. Lots of ABM platforms. If you want them, I got suggested on my website and the blog. But I tell you this, even HubSpot you could use it for. There's lots of possibilities out there. Depending on your type of business, glad to give you recommendations. But you need a platform. You need to coordinate all that information because you are going to go out and create highly personal content, distribute that content. You're going to have lots of different communications. You need to make sure that you are addressing each individual specifically as they need to be addressed. Okay, step 3, metrics. Get your metrics established. What KPIs you're going to track. Now, I got suggestions in a blog, and actually, not in a blog, it's in an ebook. You can download from the website. I've got an ebook that's probably about 30 pages that talks about this. You need to go download that because it'll tell you the metrics specifically as well as the ABM platform. But here's where you need to get down. Those are details that are unique to everybody. These are the things that are generally applied. You need to select the right account-based marketing candidates, who you're going to target. I tell people, if you're going to spend 100 hours on this project, and you're going to spend more, then 75 have to be selecting the right target, the right people, the right reason, because that is where the rubber meets the road. You don't have the right target, you don't know enough about the people, it's really hard to be successful doing this. So do your research. Step 5, do your research. Put a lot of time, effort, talent to figure out who you need to talk to. Who are going to be the people in that organization that you need to talk to? So you're going to find out, first off, the company's buying pattern. Who's involved in the process, how they spend their time studying the company's place within the industry, how they position themselves, who their competitors are, who's doing business with them now. You figure out everything you need to know about them, okay? And you say, yeah, this company's what I thought it was. It's the right company. All right, now who in that company is going to be decision maker? Do your research. You're going to use tools like LinkedIn, Zoom Info, Rocket Reach, Lucia, Seamless AI. All of them are possibilities. They'll tell you what roles people have, what titles they have in that company, what departments in that company. And you can pretty much figure out who's involved. You're going to find that there's always going to be gatekeepers. So if you're talking about a senior VP as a decision maker, then who's that person that's their gatekeeper? Back in the day, it was a secretary. Probably not. Probably it's a someone of the title below. So figure out who that is. Figure out who the influencers are. And then you're going to do research on those individuals. You're going to go back and you're going to figure out exactly how those people deal with the world. Are they on Facebook? Are they on TikTok? Are they on Instagram? You're going to see what seminars they've attended. Are they commenting on LinkedIn? You're going to try to dissect them because, again, you're going after individuals, not against buyer personas. So if you find someone is active on TikTok, engage them on TikTok. If you find someone is and I'm talking about engage in the content they want, create a TikTok. Yes. So those are the kind of things you need to do. You need to rank the companies. Once you establish the companies you need, you just say which are the most likely ones, because it takes a lot of time, a lot of commitment, and a lot of content. So rank the companies from the most likely, highest value down to the least, and pick the first 5. Don't try to go more than 5 at a time. It doesn't work, okay? I mean, you bite off more than you chew. You don't help anybody because you're not really putting enough time into any one of them. So once you know the individuals, know how they, just like you would create buyer personas, you create the same type of content for you, what message they need to see at each stage of the buyer's journey, where they go for information, education, third party, entertainment. You figure out all those things, what type of content they prefer. Now, you're not going to get it 100%, I promise you, but you're going to get in the ballpark. And you're going to learn as you go through. You're going to keep lots of metrics. You're going to find, oh, they engaged with this, they didn't engage with that. Do more of this. They engage on that platform, didn't engage on this platform. Oh, maybe I need to focus more on that platform. You're going to do a lot of trial and error. But you're going to create a marketing plan for every single individual in that company. So you have a company and a marketing plan for every one of those people you identified as decision maker, gatekeeper, influencer. A marketing plan, how you're going to communicate with them. What type of content, what the message is going to be. Is it going to be video? Is it going to be ebooks? Is it going to be webinar, podcast? You're going to figure that out. And you're going to start executing that. You're going to first have to create lots of marketing collateral. Now, what I tell people, when you start collating collateral, this is where buyer personas come in. I said they did come in, remember? You already have a good idea what decision makers in general need to see. What decision makers in general, what type of content resonates with them. What resonates with the influencer. What resonates with the gatekeepers. And you're going to use that as a starting point for any collateral you create. You're not going to reinvent the wheel entirely. You're just going to personalize that content. So what do I mean by that? Obviously some personalization use their first name, but information. If they're fans, let's say of a baseball team or basketball, let's say they're Lakers fans, because who isn't a Laker fan, right? LeBron James in particular. I know only Michael Jordan people are scoffing at me, but that's okay. LeBron James in particular, and they're fans of LeBron. You're going to find some way to connect that. Maybe you're going to get them a bobblehead of LeBron James and send it to him with a note. Hey, I want to be on the same team as you. Okay, got their attention. That's a possibility. Think outside the box. It's not just written content or video. It could be things of that are just attention getters, because the first stage of any of this is getting their attention, letting them know you exist. That's number one. You can't have a dialogue unless they know you exist. So figure out, great, we've had a client in the past that, I mentioned this before, that client was a perfume manufacturer. And we basically found out information about clients. One like Spring in Chicago. So we sent them a perfume in a box that said it was called Spring in Chicago. Okay? And that got their attention. You do something like that, and the very next day you call them on the phone, they're going to take your call because you piqued their attention. You have a shot now to talk to them. And when you have that first conversation, what you say is the most critical thing you can do. It isn't blah, 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 blah. Here's my business. You have to say, look, you got to let them know they know a lot about their business. I've been studying your total addressable market in your industry. I notice you're targeting a lot of accountants. Is there a reason you guys haven't decided to go after lawyers with the same product? Just an example. I'm not sure what it's going to be for you, but you have to come up with that thing that to let them know you understand them. And you go through there and you say, look, another thing I use. If I could, you mentioned these problems, whatever the problems they mentioned. If I could address all your problems, would you be interested in hearing a solution? Who's going to say no to that? No, you can address all my problems, but I don't want to hear a solution. You have to get their attention. And once you get their attention, now you treat them like anything else. You make highly personalized content down that nurturing campaign. Everything's directed toward that individual. You send them nothing that's generic. You send everything that's personal. If you do I said do podcasts and do webinars, I'm talking about a webinar for that company. An audience of 3 people, 5 people. Hey, we got a special webinar that I know you're going to find valuable. It addresses your exact problems, your exact research. Would you be interested in coming to that webinar? Okay, fine, we'll listen. And when you start out, you let them know this webinar is directed specifically towards this company. Hey, Tom. Hey, Laura. Glad you could make it. Here's the problems we've identified. Rattle them off. Here's the solutions. the benefits you can get from using us. Those are the kind of personalization techniques you take. Is it a lot of work? Yes, but we've already decided it's only high value clients, potential clients you're going to get this for. Now, it allows such creativity like you wouldn't understand unless you do it because you think outside the box. There's no idea too crazy. So, but along the way, you're going to get a lot of data, a lot of feedback, a lot of information. What isn't working? What is working? And you're going to collate that. And every single day, you're going to have your task force get together. And they're going to analyze the information that day. Not for the week, but that day. What worked? What didn't work? What can we suggest to do next? And you're going to brainstorm. You're going to kick it around. You're going to come up with a consensus. And that's how you do account-based marketing. Again, it works. It's going to increase your revenue. It's going to make a higher ROI. The relationships are going to be better because they understand you're committed to them. And you're going to find that if you do this, decisions happen quicker, and you'll get audience with people that never would talk to you, didn't know you exist, and you have the opportunity to close them. Will you get all of them? Of course not. But how much is it worth to you to be in the room with the decision maker who can change your company stars? How much is that worth to you? I think quite a bit. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you want to know more about this, I've got an ebook which is on our website. You can download it. It gives 25 pages. It'll walk you through much more detail than I've given here. If you want more information about this, you can ask me directly. I'll set you up with someone in our office who can walk you through it, give you the details on how to grow your business through account-based marketing. Because if you need the first quarter of 2024 to be your best, if that's important to your business, then don't think that if you build a better mousetrap, they're going to come to you. They won't. Don't think if I do inbound marketing, I will get enough content out there that the ones that can change my stars are going to find me and they're going to come to me. They may, but not in the first quarter, not in the second quarter, may not come to you for 5 years. If you want that business now, you want that business in the first quarter of 2024, if it's important to you, implement account-based marketing. You won't be sorry. Thank you for listening. If you want more information, give us a call. Please like, please follow, please subscribe. I hope you do. Thank you. Have a good night.